Fine. In the last session, we discussed about what is shell, what is Unix session, user session, how these sessions will be created, and what are the features of these sessions. Like every user will be alerted with one session. So whatever the work is going on in this particular session is not visible to the other user or other session. Okay, so this is completely private. Next, what is current shell? How to check current shell? Okay, so there is a command $0, so it gives you the current shell name. Okay, so next, how to check the path of this using the system variable shell, SHELL, all in capital letters. Okay, so $shell will give you the value, that is nothing but path of this shell. So next, standard streams. What are different streams available? We have input streams and output streams. Okay, next, redirect operators. Greater than, that is output redirect operator, input redirect operator, less than. Apart from these, we have some other that we will discuss when we come to scripting part. Okay, suppose if you get some error, so we have one kind of operator to display the errors. Okay, so that we'll see. Next, in this section, we are going to discuss about pipes, T command, command execution. If time permits, codes. Okay, right. So first topic, pipes. So what is this pipe and why do we require pipes? Pipe is nothing but your vertical. You can find it on the keyboard. Okay, so there is a pipe symbol on the keyboard. Okay, so what is this pipe? This is vertical bar that you can see somewhere right side of your keyboard. Okay, so why do we require pipes? Generally, suppose if one command output is input to some other command, like we'll take one example. We'll take one example and see. See, here if I say who, this who command will display the list of users connected to this computer. List of users connected to this computer. See here. So these are the users connected to this system. Okay. So here the output of this command is displayed onto the default output media, that is your monitor. Okay, so instead of this, I want to send output to this output to printer, means I want to take printout of this command. Whatever the output comes from this command, I want to take it on the paper. Okay, means I want to take printouts. Then one way is I can send output of this file, output of this command to a file, and I'll take printout of that file. One way is I can take output of this command to a file using output redirector. Okay, and then take printout of that file. Okay, so I'll show you. This is some test print.txt. Here I am sending output of this command to a file. Now it is redirected to a file. Now take printout of the command. To take printout, we have one command lpr. Okay, so whatever the printer is connected to your computer, so the output is, the file will be sent to that printer for taking printout. So print.txt. Here I am using two commands. One is who, another one is lpr. But here if you observe these two commands, these two are related, interrelated, means the output of first command is input to the second command, that is printing. The output of first command, who, the output of this command is input to the printer, right? Okay, so that's why here just we need to, but we are using some intermediary step like sending the output to a file and taking printout of the file. So here sending output to a file. So this is some intermediary step. This is some intermediary step. Why we are taking? So first what we are doing here, first we are taking output of who command into a file. In the second step we are printing the file using the print command. Okay, so for this purpose we are using some intermediary step, that is taking output of the command into this file. Okay, so we can avoid these intermediary steps. Here in this case only one. Suppose there might be some multiple commands. Okay, so suppose I can combine some 3-4 commands. So the first command output is input to the second one, second command output is input to the third one, third command in output is input to the fourth one. So in that case there will be some 3 intermediary steps. There will be 3 intermediary steps. Okay, so we can avoid these by using pipe. Okay, pipe is not a command, it is an operator. Pipe is a operator. So using this operator we can avoid all these intermediary steps. Why we are avoiding? It will save our time as well as resource. How this will save time? Okay, how this will be save our time? See, here we are sending output to this file. Definitely it takes some time, right? As well as for this particular file some memory will be allocated. For this particular file internally some memory will be allocated. This is one simple file, so there is no problem. Suppose if it is big file, assume that the file size is in GBs, then only for intermediary process you are using some memory unnecessarily. So to avoid this one, as well as to send output to the file, it takes some time. So to save our time, okay, we can use this pipe symbol. Okay, like the same process. Who. Next here you can use the vertical bar. This symbol you can find it on the keyboard, generally on the right side of your keyboard. It present on the right side of the keyboard. So we can't say specifically, suppose dollar symbol, it is there on the numerical key 4. But this symbol generally varies. Okay, the placement of this key is varies. Depends on the keyboard to keyboard, it differs. Okay, so but you can find it on the keyboard. This is vertical bar, this is pipe symbol. Okay, next is space, LPR. Simple. Here LPR is command. Okay, so what should be the input should be some text or whatever it may be. It can be a file. Okay, so first it will execute this first command. It will execute this first command. The output of this first command will be sent to the input to the second command. So the output of this first command will be sent as input to the second command. So this second command is LPT. So this will print. Okay, whatever the printer is connected to your system. Okay, so it will send output to that printer. Okay, so this is print command. Okay, so in this way we can execute the commands. Okay, so that is the main advantage with this pipe command. Here I am going to run this command. The reason is no printer is connected. Even if you run, no problem. LPT. See here. Sorry, LPR. Not LPT, LPR. Who? LPT. Sorry, LPR. Okay. So it's sent to printer. Okay. Here no printer is connected. So that's why we're not getting any hard copy. Fine. We'll see some more examples. See here, ls minus lrt. Okay, ls minus LRT. Here the output you can see like it will display all files and directories present in this directory, working directory. Okay. See here it is displaying all files and directories. Okay. So whenever you are getting output, from this output I want to display all files content. What are all files present in this directory, I want to display all files content. Okay. From this output, here I can say cat star. So here first it will run this command. First it will run this ls-lrt command. Whatever the output comes, this will be the input to this command cat star. Cat star. So it will display all files content, all files information from this, whichever is come from this command. Okay. So the output of this command is input to this command, second one. Okay. Now see. So here it displayed all files information. Okay, what are all files present? All files information is displayed here. Okay. For better understanding, if you want, you can move to your directory, that is CSR. Now see what are all the files present in this. See here hardly we have some 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 files are there. Okay. To see the content of all these files, ls-lrt, now pipe cat star. Now see. So here dir2 is a directory, so it is not going to display this information. Why? Because cat will display the content of a file. Again, directory example 1 is a directory. Next, new dir is a directory. See here, this is some file information. This is some file information. And this is some file information. So all these are file information. Okay. So in this way, we can use pipe symbol or pipe operator. Okay. So this pipe is generally needed to use a series of commands to complete one task. Series of commands. Here I used only 2. But in your real time you might be using more than 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let us say ls-lrt. Here I am not going to explain about this second one. Grep suppose s amp. Okay. Right. See, press enter. Grep is a command to search for particular text. Okay. We'll discuss about all these commands, but see here. Yes, all starts with capital S. That's the reason no output. Let us check one more time. This I'll search for this. Okay, ls-lrt -i this. Yes, here's everything. Yes. Okay. See here, we are getting some output. Okay. So ls-lrt, whatever the list come out from this command, this is input to this second command, that is grep. Okay. So here we are searching for this text. Star means whatever the output comes from this command. Okay. We are searching from this list. That's why here I am saying star. Okay. Fine. So in this way, like this, you can also add one more thing like ls-lrt grep -i this star, again pipe, and you can use some more command. Okay, so the output of this again input to the next one. The output of this is again input to the next one. Okay, so in this way you can use the pipe. Okay. So what is the coming back to this operator, that is pipe vertical bar. The main advantage with this is we can save the resource as well as the time, and we can avoid some intermediary steps, okay, like creating some intermediary files or doing some intermediary process. Okay, so whenever this command gets execution, first this command output will be stored into some memory buffer area. Okay, so some buffer area, or in the clear terms, let me show you ls minus lrt. Okay, so here I am saying lpr. Okay, so the output I am sending it to the printer. The output of this command I am sending it to the printer. So first it will execute the first command, and the output is sent to the buffer area. Okay, so here in this case it will send the output, generally will send to the default monitor. Okay, default output media monitor. Okay, so here it will send to the output media, then this becomes as input to the second command. This output becomes input to the second command. Okay, again if there is any command here, again the input of this, output of this one is again input to this third command. If there is any other command here, again the output of this command, here I am showing examples, so this will not work here. Why? Because the printer output cannot be sent to a file. Okay, fine, but just as an example I am showing you. So first command output is stored into some buffer area. So this pipe symbol will act as a output media as well as input media, that is monitor and keyboard. This pipe symbol will act as a output media as well as input media. It will take output as well as it will send input to the next command. Okay, so this pipe symbol, this pipe acts as a output as well as input resource. Okay, so first it will take output of this command, and it will convert, or it will send this output as input to the next one, and whatever come out from this command, that will be sent it as an output to the pipe symbol, and it will convert as input to the next command. So this will be input to the next command, this command, and whatever come out, or whatever the output of this command, that will be converted as input to the next command. Like this, you can use any number as per the requirement. We can use any number. Okay, fine. This is about a pipe operator. Okay, so next one, T command. Okay, this is about pipes. This is not a command, it is an operator. Okay, or it is some option. So next one, T command. This T command copies your standard input to the output. At the same time, you can create some files. Means whatever is inputted from your input device, whatever is inputted through your input device, this will be sent to multiple output medias. Okay, see, for example, here I am saying like ls minus lrt. If I press enter here, the output will be sent to only default output media, that is monitor. If I say ls minus lrt, the output of this command will be sent to the default output media, that is monitor. So it is displayed on the monitor. Suppose if I want to send it to a file, here I need to type one more command, ls minus lrt. Here I say some list.txt. Okay, in this case it will display the output. It will display the output to a file. Now press enter, see here. Okay, but in this case it is not displayed on the screen, but using T command you can send output to more than one output media. That can be so to the monitor as well as to files. Okay, to monitor as well as file. So the T command copies standard input to standard output. At the same time, copies it to the more than one file as well. Okay, not only one file, more than one file it allows. Okay, we'll see with example. See, while copying it to the file, suppose see here, yeah, when we are going to see the examples, that time we'll discuss about how it copies to files. How it copies to files. See here, I am saying ls minus lrt. Okay, I am sending output of this command to t command. T space L1.txt. What is this L1.txt? Is it a file? Yes, it is a file. Is it an existing file? No, this is not existing file. So this is some new file. If it is new file, then this T command will create this file. T command will create this file. Okay. See, first one is ls minus lrt. The output of this command will send to the T command. What T command will do? First, it will send the output to the default output media, that is monitor, as well as send it to this file. At the same time, send output to this file. Okay, let us check. Let us check whether this is going to do both operations or not. Okay. See here, the output is displayed. The output is displayed. See here in this case, the output is not displayed. Only the output of this command is redirected to a file, but it is not displayed on the screen. Okay. But using T command, the output is displayed onto the screen as well as output is redirected to one file. Output is redirected to file. Already we have redirect operator. Why do we require T command? To display output or to send output to more than one output media. One is default monitor. The second one is to a file, to one or more files. Okay. Here in this case, I am sending output to one file. Okay. You can send it to more than one file as well. Okay. So this is the T command. Okay. Suppose if I say T space new file dot txt, new file dot txt. Here without any command output, here it is not related to any command, so it is independent. Now if I press enter here I am typing some information here. See, if you observe clearly, you can understand this. See here, this is sample file content of T command. Okay, I am going to press enter to input second line into this file. I am going to press enter to input second line into this file, that is new file.txt. See here, when I press enter, what it did, just simply it outputted the line onto the monitor as well as it is there in the file. Okay, so this is, I am inputting some second line. Of file. Okay, so to close this one, you can press Ctrl Z to close this one. I mean, after inputting your information, after inputting your data into this file, as well as to close the file, to save the file and close the file, you can press Ctrl Z. Okay, now one file is created with this name and this file content as well displayed on the screen. This file content is displayed on the screen. Okay, see whether the file is created or not. Yes, see here, it stored only the first line. The reason is here in this second line we didn't press enter key. Okay, if at all you want to save, press enter key. It will be displayed. It will be echoed onto the screen as well as to the file. Okay, fine. So we'll try one more time. T. Here we check with new files, right? Now I am running this command with an existing file, that is file.txt, new file.txt. So new file.txt is an existing file. It is an existing file, and I am going to run this command on this existing file. If it is new file, it will create the file. If it is an existing file, then see what happens. Okay. Now press enter. Here I am going to enter some text like this is third line. Okay. Actually there is only one line. I am going to say that this is second line. Press enter. The same thing will be displayed onto the screen. Okay. So T command outputs onto the output media, default media. Okay. And next it will send it to the file as well. See here I am pressing Ctrl Z. Now if you see cat command, before running this command, already some information present in this file, new file.txt. That is, this is the information present. Okay. So this is an existing file. Again I am running T command, but this is an existing file. Okay. So if you run this command on an existing file, if it is new file, it will create the file. If it is an existing file, it overwrites the information. It overwrites the information, means previous content will be erased and new information will be stored into the file. New information will be stored into the file. To avoid this one, and if you want to append, then there is an option, that is -a. A means append. Append new information at the end of file. Okay. See here I am using existing file, that is new file.txt. Okay. Already there is some information in this file. These two lines are present. These two lines are present. Okay. So some information is there in this file. I am going to add some new information to this file, but here I am using option -a. A means append. Okay. And this file is not new one. It is an existing file. Okay. This is an existing file and some information is there again. Okay. Fine. Now run this command. Okay. I added more two lines to this file. These two files will append to the file. Okay. These two files will be appended at the end of the file. Okay. So previous information will not be erased in this case. Why? Because we are using the option -a. Now I am pressing Ctrl Z. Now see what is there in this file. See what is there in this file. This file contains previous information as well as new information. So this new information is appended at the end of the file. Append is nothing but at the end of the file. It will be generally done at the end of the file. Okay. Not in between the lines or in between the text. Okay. So append operation is nothing but generally at the end of the file. Adding at the end of the file. That is nothing but append. Fine. So this is T command. So what is the use of T command? To send output to more than one output media. Okay. So the default one, it will send to the default one, that is monitor, as well as you can send it to file. If the file is new one, it will create the file. If it is an existing one, it will overwrite the content. Means previous information will be erased and new information will be stored into this file, or new information will be loaded into this file. So previous information will be erased. Okay. If you want previous one as well, then you can use the option -a, like this. Okay. So this -a option append new information to the file, means it adds new information at the end of the file. Okay. So this is about T command. Okay. And next one is so this one command execution. Okay. So in Unix operating system, if you submit some command, that command will be executed after interpreting. Okay, this one we discussed in the earlier session, last session. Okay, if you execute some command at the command shell, this command will be executed, means your shell will take this command, it interprets the command and executes it. What is this interpretation? It will check the command syntax. If it requires some utility, then it will send to the utility and kernel. Kernel will start this utility. The required utility will be started by the kernel. Okay. Suppose if it requires some application, so this shell will check this command. If it requires some application, it will send via the application to the kernel. Kernel will start this application and it executes the command at the hardware level. Okay. So this one already we discussed in the last session. Okay. But there are different command execution processes. Okay. Here we have 4 kinds of commands. Okay. 4 kinds of command combinations. Means at the command prompt you can execute more than one command. Okay. So we have 4 kind of command combinations. These are command execution combinations are sequence commands, and next one is grouped commands, let me move this to new page, chain commands, and the last one is conditional commands. So these are the 4 command types we can execute at the command prompt. Okay. So see, suppose if you take one command like cal, C-A-L, here only 3 letters, it will display the calendar. Okay. So here it will display the calendar. So this is one simple command and the length of this command is very small, that is 3 characters only. This can fit at the command prompt. Okay. But there are some situations where your command length will be more. Okay. So in that case, you need to combine some commands. Okay. So this combination, this combining, okay, we have 4 kinds, categorized into 4 kinds. One is sequence commands. When more than one command is there, then we can say that these are the 4 categories. That combination comes under any one of these 4. Okay. We'll see one by one. Sequence commands. Sequence commands is nothing but it can be entered in one line. More than one command will be entered in one line. Okay, we'll see with example how. And each command will be separated with a semicolon symbol. Okay, see here. See here, say I'm going to run this command. First I'll show you the simple commands. Then we'll see some more complex. Okay, so first cal, next I am saying that ls-lrt. Here I am going to run some sequence of commands at the command prompt. Okay. Now if you remember the previous pipe symbol, in that pipe symbol also we executed more than one command. But the difference here is using pipe symbol. When you are using pipe symbol, those are interrelated, right? The output of first command is input to the second one. So the second one is related to the first one. Okay. So those are related commands. Here these are not related. Some set of commands executing at the command prompt sequentially. Okay. So first it will execute the cal command. Next it will execute the ls-lrt command. So this is nothing but sequenced commands. So all these commands will be executed sequentially. Sequentially is nothing but one by one after another. Okay. So these kind of commands are nothing but, so all these commands we are executing as one line, in one line. Okay. See here, cal, who, you can give space also, no problem, for better understanding. ls minus lrt. Okay, like this. Groups. See here, all these commands. Okay, so there are some set of commands we are executing at the command prompt as single line command. Okay, so this is nothing but sequenced commands. In these sequenced commands, all the given commands are executed, or all the given commands will be executed one by one after another. Okay, sequentially. But here the rule is these commands should be separated with semicolon symbol. If semicolon is there, then only this will be recognized and system understands that this is some sequence commands. This is some sequenced commands. Okay. If semicolon is not there, the system will not recognize and system will assume it as a command, Unix command. Okay. Then it will display some error. Okay, fine. So here every command should be terminated, or we can say every command should end with semicolon. Okay, so here cal, this is one command, it terminates with semicolon. Next to who, semicolon. Okay, semicolon is must. Then only system can recognize it as sequenced commands at command prompt. Okay, so it will execute all these commands one by one. See here, the first one is cal output. The next one is who. Okay, so next to ls minus lrt output, and next to groups, here is the output, right? If you say suppose cal who, then cannot valid here who. Okay, so here who is assuming as a parameter to this cal command. Okay, we can pass some parameters to this cal, right? Suppose 3/2001. Okay, so it will display the third month, 2001, third month calendar. Okay, so here in this case, this cal command, I mean the system assuming who as parameter like this. Okay, but this is not parameter, right? This is not a valid parameter. That's why it is displaying the error message. It is not treating these two as separated commands. These two as separate commands. Okay, so to make it clear, we must use semicolon. Okay, so the last one can be and with semicolon or may not. Why? Because this is the last one. You can terminate with semicolon as well. Okay, you can terminate this command with semicolon as well, but not mandatory. You can use like this, no problem. Okay, as well as you can use options as well, who minus h. Okay, it will display, it works. But for the last command in the command line, there may or may not be semicolon. Okay, assume this big one. Suppose here I am going to display first before running this one, let me clear the screen. Echo, here I am displaying some message like, okay, about this backslash we will discuss later. There is a separate topic, that is ports. We have three kinds, one is single, double and backslash character set. Okay, so we'll discuss there. So backslash and but we'll feel what will happen with this backslash n. Okay, okay, some text is there. Suppose see here I am sending output to one file, echo. So this text to one file, suppose that file name is a.txt, semicolon. Here I am using another command, ls-lrt. I am sending output of this command to b.txt. b.txt. If you observe these two commands, so this entire thing up to here, this is one command. That's why here semicolon. So this is second command. Here in this case, in the first case, we are just echoing. In this first case, we are echoing this text to this file a.txt. To this file a.txt. Here we are sending output of this command to this file. Okay, clear? Run this command and see. Here we got command prompt, and if you see, two files are created, a.txt and b.txt. If you see a.txt file content, this is the information. Okay, here we didn't check what I mean. This backslash n, it should be separated with some space. Okay. Okay. Anyway, we'll see this. I'll show you an example. This is first line. Okay. Now see here. It's not recognizing. Okay. Anyway. Fine. First, let us complete this topic, that is sequenced commands. Okay. So here this is one command and this is another command. These two commands are executed. In the first command we send output to file. In the second command we send output to another file. Okay. So this is the sequenced commands. Okay. Suppose here my requirement is like, I want to send output of this echo statement as well as output of this ls-lrt to the same file. To the same file, that is c.txt. See here. Now now I want to send output of this echo statement to c.txt as well as ls-lrt to c.txt as well. Then in that case, what you need to do, ls-lrt output of this should be sent to same c.txt only. Then you can use double pipe symbol. This is one way of using. Another way we will see for the next. Okay. So c.txt. So the text will be appended, right? Now see this c.txt file. So first, this is the echo output. This is the echo output, and this is the output of ls-lrt, right? So these two are concatenated. Another way of using this multiple commands output to one file is using grouped commands. Another way is using grouped commands. So next one is grouped commands. Okay, means some set of commands output sending it to one file. Okay. So we'll see that example. See here, I am using the same one. See how to use this. For better understanding, I am removing, to make it clear, I am removing some text from here. Okay. So echo, we are sending output to some d.txt, semicolon, ls-lrt to the same file, that is d.txt, to the same file d.txt. Okay, here I am not going to just, we are using group, right? So no need to use all these. Okay, ls-lrt semicolon. If you want, you can write more also, suppose like cal. Okay, and now I'm closing this one. Now this is some group of commands. Here some group of these group of commands. Okay, how we are making group? Just place some set of commands between open and close parentheses. It is very simple to make a group. Open and close parentheses. Place all your commands between open and close parentheses, then that will be grouped, and the output of this group can be sent to a file if you want. Okay, so now this is nothing but grouped commands. Here I am saying the d.txt. Okay, now see what is there in this d.txt. See here, this d.txt file contains this echo output, this echo output. See here, this echo output. Next, ls-lrt command output. This is the ls-lrt command output, and this is the next cal. The cal output is here. Okay, so this is nothing but grouped commands. In the earlier case, sequenced commands. See here, every time we are sending output to this file, right? See, the echo output, we are sending it to file, semicolon, ls-lrt to file. Okay, so this is one command and this is another command. Okay, so we are appending here. See here, we are appending. Okay, but here in this case, we grouped different commands together, and all these commands output we are sending to this file. All these commands output we are sending to this file. Okay, so how to make a group? It is very simple. Place all your commands between open and close parentheses. Then whatever is there between open and close parentheses, that will be a group. Okay, now these are the commands grouped. That is nothing but grouped commands. Okay, again every command should be separated or terminated with semicolon. Even within the group, how to make it separate means as different commands and with semicolon. Command and with semicolon. For the last command, it is optional. You can specify the semicolon or not. It is your wish. Okay, it is not compulsory, but every command should be and with semicolon. Okay, except the last one. Okay, fine. So this is about grouped commands. And the next one is chain commands. We have seen this using pipe symbol. So chain commands is nothing but a chain of commands. One command output to another command, that command output to another command. This is nothing but chaining. Okay, so example is pipe symbol. Using pipe symbol, we have seen this, right? Okay, so that is nothing but chain commands. We can do it by using vertical pipe symbol. Okay, so using this pipe symbol, chain commands. Okay, see, suppose example, here I am showing you example. ls-lrt pipe, okay, cat star. Okay, so here this is chain of commands. Okay, chain is nothing but here a chain. If you see the chain, there will be some link, right? If you see the chain, there will be some link, okay, between the each and every hook. Okay, in the same way, one command is related to another command. Here the relation is the output of this command is input to the second command. So this chain commands is possible with pipe symbol. Okay, we have seen some examples on this, right? So the last one is conditional commands. Here we have two conditions. One is and, another one is or. One is and, another one is or. So and can be represented with this symbol and or can be represented with double pipe symbol, right? Double pipe symbol. So this is or symbol and this one is and symbol. And operator, or operator, and or operator, and operator. Okay, we'll see some examples. Okay, see, suppose there is command 1. There is another command command 2. Okay, here in this case there are two commands, but here I want to run the second command. If first command is executed successfully. Okay, see the requirement carefully. This is second command and this one is first command. There are two commands, but here in this case I want to run the second command if first command is executed successfully. Okay, like suppose take some real-time example. If file is opened, then only I want to make some operations on the file. Okay, like suppose see, if the file is exist, then only I want to delete the file. Here these two, there is some relation. If first one is succeeded, then only I want to execute the second one. If first one is not success, then I don't want to execute the second one. See, one simple requirement, like see, I want to check this file. If the file, suppose there is file a.txt. If this file is exist, then only I want to delete this file. Okay. So if first one is executed successfully, means check the file is exist or not. If it is exist, then only run this command. Otherwise, don't run this command. Okay. In the same way, see here, once again I am explaining. If I want to execute the second command if first one executed successfully, then in that case you can use this conditional command operator, that is AND operator. Okay, if you use AND operator, the second command will be executed if first one is succeeded. Okay, again see here I am using and command 2, command 3. When this third command will be executed if second one is successful. When the second one will be executed when first is successful. Clear? Okay. So if this command is executed, then only second one will be executed. If second is executed successfully, then only third will be executed. Okay. So if you want to see the third command output, first and second should be succeeded. Then only you can see the third command output. Okay. We'll see with examples. Before going to see this example, we'll finish what is OR. Okay. See here, there are two commands. One is command 1, another one is command 2. Here I want to run this command when first command fails. Opposite. Okay. I want to run the second command when first command fails. If it is success, I don't want to run this command. If you use OR operator, see in that scenario you can use OR operator. If you use OR operator, the second command will be executed if first command fails. Okay. In real time there might be some situations if you know that will be failed. In that case, okay, you want to do some action. You know that will fail. Okay. In that case, you want to run. Okay. As a precautionary, you want to run some action. Then you can use OR operator. You know that is fail. Okay. That will definitely fail. But you want to check it whether it is going to fail or not. If it fails, then I want to do some precautionary action. In that case, you can use OR. Okay. Fine. There is some small difference between AND and OR. That difference is very simple. This second command will be executed when first one is succeeded. In this OR operator, second will be executed when first fails. If it's success, then second will execute? No, it will not execute. Okay. If it's success, second will not execute. Okay. We'll see with some examples. See here. First let me check. Is there any file is there any file with the name e.txt? There is no file, right? So here I am saying ls minus lrt, okay, e star. Is there anything starts with the letter e? E star txt. Suppose say txt means all text files starts with letter e. It means all text files starts with letter e, but there is no file. Okay. Otherwise we'll use cat command. Cat e.txt. See here, is there any file with the name e.txt? There is no file, but I am trying to display the content of this file. So this is invalid. Definitely it will fail. Okay. Then here first I'll use the AND command, AND operator. Okay. I'm saying that ls minus lrt. Okay. I'm using two commands. One is cat command, another one is ls minus lrt command. So this is command 1. This is my command 1 and this is my command 2. Here I am using AND operator. When this command 2 will be executed, if first one is success, if first command is success. In this example, first one will not be success. Why? Because there is no file with the name e.txt. Okay. Obviously, ls minus lrt will not be executed. See the output of this execution. I am pressing enter. See here, we got some error message, no such file or directory. What about second command? The second command is not executed. The reason is first one fails. Okay. The same command we are going to use OR operator, ls minus lrt or command symbol, conditional command symbol, that is OR. Okay. See here, anyway first one is going to fail, you know that, right? Will second one execute? Yes, execute. Why? Because we are using OR. What is the use of this OR? I mean, what is the functionality of this OR? The functionality is the second command will be executed when first one fails. Okay, simple. See here, you got output. If you see the difference here, here the command is same. In the second case also command is same. The second command here and in the second case second command is same. But what differs? The operator. Command conditional operator, that is AND OR. Okay. In the case of AND, the command 2 will be executed when first one is succeeded. Okay. But here in this case it is not success. That's the reason second command is not executed. In the second example, in this example, I used OR symbol, OR operator. Okay. This is conditional commands operator OR. So here second command will be executed if first fails. Yes, here it is failed. That's the reason second command is executed. That's the reason you are able to see the output of this command, second one. Okay. Next, we'll see some examples with success. Okay. See here, cat a.txt. Yes, there is a file a.txt. See here, there is a file a.txt. Okay. So I am going to display the content of this file and ls minus lrt, the same with an existing file. Okay. So I am going to make it success, the first command success, to run the second one. Okay. Fine. See the output here, enter. So here the second is executed. Why? Because first command is executed. See the output of this first command. This is the output of first command. That's the reason you are able to run the second command. Okay. The same thing we will check with OR operator. So here I made it success. So there is a file a.txt. I'm going to display the content. So this command will be obviously succeeded. Okay. It will be success. So that's why this second command is able to run. Okay. The same thing we will check with OR. Will it execute the second one? It should not execute the second one. Why? Because the first one is succeeded. See here, only first command is executed and the second command is not executed. Okay. We'll see one more example which is near to the real time, like see here, I am going to display the content of this e.txt. Okay, we know that there is no file with the name e.txt. If you want, let us check this. So there is no file with the name e.txt. So here I am saying cat e.txt. Okay, e.txt. I am using OR. Okay, see here I am using some new command which we are not yet discussed. We will discuss about this command. Touch means it will create 0-byte files. It will create 0-byte files, means empty files. Okay, so no content, but it will create one file. Okay, so no information will present in the file. That generally we call it as a 0-byte file. Okay, see, this is the meaning of this command. Here I am going to display the content of e.txt. Is there any file with the name e.txt? There is no file. So we know that this will fail. That's the reason what I am doing. I am creating some 0-byte file. Even in the real time also, Unix is file system, right? Okay, so you will deal with files. Okay, suppose you are moving files from one location to another location, or you are doing some process on the file. Okay, in that case you are checking for one file. Okay, so that file is must. Assume that that file should be present in the directory. So you are checking whether the file is present in the directory or not. Okay, if it not present, you want to create some 0-byte file at least. Okay, so here these two are related. If the file not present, you want to create some 0-byte. Here also I am going to display the content. If the file is not there, just create a 0-byte file. Let us check whether this command works or not. Okay, it will create e.txt file in this directory. See here, first command is executed. But this e.txt file is not present. That's why we are getting error message. Okay, so this is failed. So the second command will be executed. What is that second command? Touch e.txt means create some 0-byte file a.txt. Let us check whether this file is created or not. Yes, there is a file e.txt. What is the size of this file? 0. If you check the content, it is an empty file. No information present. We call it as 0-byte file. Okay, clear? So this is some example which is near to your real time. Okay, real time example. So we are checking the file content. If the file is not present, just create a 0-byte file. Why? Because I need a file in this directory. So I am creating some 0-byte file. Clear? So these are the conditional commands. We have two conditional commands. One is AND, another one is OR. So this is the symbol for AND and this is the symbol for OR. Double pipeline, double ampersand, and these two symbols. Remember, these two symbols cannot be separated by a space or any other. Okay, without any space, ampersand without any space continuously. Okay, same pipe symbol. There should not be any space. Okay, suppose if you say space, this is invalid way of using or conditional command. Okay, there should not be any space. These two are a single character. The system will treat it as a single character. Okay, so once again, the difference between and OR is, so this command 2 will be executed when first is success. Command 3 will be executed when second is success. If at all you want to execute command 3, first should be success as well as second should be success. Then only third one will be executed. Okay, fine. Or when first fails, then only this will be executed. Command 2 will be executed. If it fails, if it is success, second command will not at all execute. Second command will not at all execute if first success in the case of OR. Okay. If it fails, then only it will be executed. We have seen some examples as well as some near to real-time examples, okay, on this. So we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next session. The next session will discuss about ports, command substitution, job control, how to see the jobs which are running, how to kill jobs and all, aliases and variables. Okay, so we'll continue with this in the next session.